Gaming Morning Show continues as we get set to play 5 questions. We are thankful to have Tom from Tom Thinks on Twitch, on Twitter. You can find Tom doing a whole bunch of shows, a whole bunch of content. And we appreciate taking the time to join us today on Gaming Morning Show. Good morning, Tom.
Hey, good morning to you all. Feeling good this morning.
Really early, right? You know, early to rise, early to bed, something like that.
Super early.
Crazy how early things can get.
Early bird gets the worm, or
Something like that.
that tequila? No, not tequila.
I think I got
Yeah.
it. No, this is scotch. So
And it's
You don't
not
put a-
morning where I am.
You don't put a worm in there, so we're good.
That's how worms are raised, I think, in Scotch.
Also, in case you care, Duck is in attendance as well. Duck, are you there? I'm picking this up. Hello, everybody. Hello.
Duck,
Hi.
you're loud and clear. How are you doing this morning, Duck?
I feel good. I feel great. Good
You've
to
been
be talking with you.
You've been in the Scotch,
Yeah,
haven't
so.
you? That's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Duck,
lay off. Come on.
Well, you're
Duck
gonna
lives
play.
in Scotch.
You're gonna play a game called 5 Questions, which will be a lot of fun. But before we get into the main reason you're here, we want to know more about your stream. Like I said, Tom Thinks is where you can find you on Twitter. There's a whole bunch of shows that you're doing all over the place. Give us an idea if someone tunes into any of your content. What are some of the things they can expect?
Well, it's a little bit hard to talk about it, honestly, but I'll try. And what it is we have a channel that has multiple shows on it, and they're all live animated content. So it's usually me with some kind of animation, and we interact and goof off. We've got Painting with Borb, where Borb paints portraits of viewers that submit photos through our Discord. We've got Cartoon Mess Live with Duck, where it's like a improv animation cartoon show thing. And then we've got with the Well Wishing Well, where you get your fortune told. So there's just a whole bunch of stuff. It's kind of live animation's not really a common thing. So we're trying to make it a little more common, I guess. But yeah, and it's I might differentiate it between I'm not using face rigs or automated audio tracking stuff. It's all manual puppetry, which is
Wow.
a little bit different than some of the VTuber and face rig stuff. But yeah.
Well, and like I said, streaming on Twitch, you have all these different characters and things that you do, and the uniqueness is definitely there. When Mike, threw you my way and was like, you got to check this person out. Everybody that we've had check your channel out because of Mike, been super impressed, and obviously it extends beyond just the channel. Now Twitch is going to collab with you. Describe your partnership, the thing that you're doing with Twitch.
Yeah, so last fall, I can't remember when exactly, but Twitch reached out to me directly about an opportunity to design a character and then perform the character as well for video content related to promotion they wanted to put together. And it's called the Fairy Mod Mother, and it's a little fairy character that visits channels and gives bits and subs to kind of just help streamers out and help support streamers and stuff. Yeah, so it was fun. It was a fun project. It's very unusual, and but the team, they just kind of let me do what I wanted to do. It went really smoothly, really, so yeah, it's been a blast.
That's amazing. That's really, really cool. I don't know. I know you mentioned your puppetry. That's kind of like puppetry. We have puppets. Our puppets here. Let me find them.
What?
We had
What? Who's this? Who you got there?
We had a viewer, one of our regulars, actually create puppets for us. So he created these puppets of us. So it's the
Little-
bother. It's like it's a video on
popsicle
YouTube.
stick.
So yeah, or paint stick.
We're
'cause,
we're big boys
yeah,
now, so
yeah,
we're
we're-
using paint sticks.
What have you?
yeah, we're men of principle here. But I wanted to ask. So Ryan mentioned that I'm kind of the one that I don't want to say badgered, but I was like, yo, y'all need to see, like, this guy is hilarious. Like, I love your streams. I caught you last night before bed. and it was a great wind down today while I was at work. It's fantastic. I'm curious, where did these guys come from? Where did Duck come from? Where did Borb the painting gourd come from? And what made you want to bring this to Twitch?
Well, surprisingly, the show you haven't seen it. You might not have seen it, but the Well Wishing Wishing Well was kind of one of the earliest shows that we were experimenting with. And when I say we, I mean my wife and I. We used to perform that one together. At first I was the frog and my wife was the well. And but anyways, a couple years later, so this was on like this app that kind of didn't take off, but it was a streaming app that my friends were making. We were doing beta testing and thought, oh, it'd be cool to do some live animation by filming my screen. So I literally had like this setup pointed at my monitor while I made, cartoons talk to people. And then I took a little bit of time trying to do it on Facebook because my friends were there. It was like this captive audience, right? But then someone suggested Twitch. And at first I made a puppet of myself, like an avatar of me. And I got kind of like stagnated with it where I felt like, man, I need to make like a character that's not me, so I can pretend and be different. So then I made Duck, and I'm pretty sure I just drew Duck like on a whim. And I was like, yeah, that'll work. And then put it together. And then all of a sudden I'm being actually really me, but with a duck instead of it being visually me. And so Duck has a little bit of a history in my psyche, I would say, of like, I showed it to some people I grew up with, and they were like, hey, you used to draw a duck in like 4th grade. I remember you drew a duck and people thought it was great, and everyone was laughing, wanted you to draw it for them, and I have no memory of this, but they said I was drawing ducks back then too. But so there might be something deep in here. But Borb was a little bit more of a. I came up with a technology or a feature, I would call it, with the system I've been coding. And it was the, like, painting in time and making this wiggly painting thing. And that was an accident. I was making a animation tool, like something to demonstrate how animation is made, like a frame by frame drawing thing. And I was drawing on it when it was playing, and it worked. I was like, what? It should break everything. But it was like, no, I'm just drawing, and it's capturing all the stuff, and it's wiggling, and I was just like, I need to make a character that's sitting there doing all this with a brush. So it was like, it was an accident at first, a happy accident, as Bob Ross would say. And then I thought, well, it should be something friendly, something kind of round and big and kind. And I did a couple tests, and my wife hated them. And then I finally settled on this kind of timid character called Borb, as you know. So yeah, I mean,
what's more inviting than a gourd? So
yes.
Well, some of the best things happen by accident. We make accidents every single day on the show. So
that's like our motto. Yeah.
So what we'll try to do is get through a whole 5-question segment without making one. We'll see what happens. Let's play 5 questions GMS with Tom of Tom Thinks right now on Gaming Morning Show. The pressure gets really amped up at this point. Like, I hope you're dripping some sweat. That's always important for effect.
All right, Doug, are you ready? You ready, Doug? I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm here to support you, Tom.
It's a GMS first. We've never had a tag team
That's true.
match in 5 questions. So
I don't mean to throw a wrench in your plans with Duck here, but yeah.
Well, the first thing that we have for you is this is a question regarding something that you seem to know a lot about, and you talked about how you kind of got everything started with the animations that you do, the live animations. You said that you know more about live editing, because you did put a question mark at the end of it, so I'll be true to your answer.
Well, I've been kind of holding back a little bit here, but I've got a whole setup here, and I'm trying to do it in the moment, this kind of thing. Timing.
It's like playing the
cameras.
piano.
Yes, it is.
It's beautiful.
Piano-like.
It really is. You're doing the symphony.
Yeah, well, I wasn't ready for this camera, Tom.
So the question is
Um,
specifically, when did you know you were pretty good at live editing?
Oh. Well, getting into the flow of live streaming, as you all, I assume, would know, is a slow technical torture time. And like you got cameras not working all the time, or your sound is out of sync, or the white balance is weird. Why is it weird again? I said it before. Why did it change? You know, like, so it took a lot of time. But what happened was I got this cool X Keys USB little controller here, and I mean, I also have a Stream Deck, so I've got buttons galore here.
Hold that closer to your
tons of
face.
buttons.
Can you reach it closer to your face?
Oh, sorry. I could even also switch cameras
Yeah,
here
look at
to.
that. Look at that.
Oh,
Duck
look at that
Hunt.
setup.
Look at all these buttons. Buttons. Let me wait. I can pull these higher. Pull them closer to my face.
He's hugging his buttons. He likes the buttons.
The cords, they're too short. But these. So getting these controllers and using OBS, and I use vMix, which is a production software thing. I wanted to, well, how many cameras can I have? Well, right now I have 3, which is pushing it on a system that isn't crazy expensive, but so I don't know, it was just kind of experimenting, but I do have a strong like muscle memory, brain connection, hand-eye coordination thing, and that's what puppetry is about, right? I mean, it's about connecting with your hand and knowing exactly where it is and what it's doing. So buttons, it's kind of a jam. Yeah.
Ding ding ding.
Sounds like
Gradual.
it's correct. You're 1 for 1 on 5 questions.
Nice.
GMS. Nice work.
Nice work. So we got question number 2, and I'll bring that.
Yeah.
To you. So we asked you your favorite material, possession, or brand, and you said your sketchbooks.
Yeah.
All right. So this question's tricky. How much sketching should a sketcher sketch if a sketch pad had sketching space?
Trying to think of a witty answer. All the livelong day. I don't know. That seemed to roll off the tongue. And sounded
Judges.
Correct.
Hey, there you go.
Nice. And we have a bonus point opportunity
Whoa.
here.
Yeah.
For a bonus point,
Whoa.
would you show us your latest sketch?
Yeah, I'd love to. I actually already brought it out of my pocket. So I keep this sketchbook.
Oh.
So for the last almost 20 years. Let's see here. What, 15? So 15 years. I've kept a sketchbook such as this in my pocket. It's always there, ready to receive my thoughts. So let's go to the last page here. Let me screen this really quick.
By the
Make
way,
sure it's
the
not
way that
just
you
like
pulled
me
that
writing
out-
my address.
It looked like a magic
So-
trick. Mike would have been proud of your magic.
It was.
All right.
Poof.
I've got a drum roll. It's
Wow.
I think it's actually a self-portrait here on the left here,
That's really
or-
cool.
or right, or whatever it is. I've been doing a lot of blind contour drawings. Let me see here. Here's one of my mods, Pompty here,
Hi, Ponzi.
and I like that one. It's got an intensity to it.
Looks
But
angry.
but sketchbooks, they're little archives of thought and art, and I've got a whole box full of them. And I love, so in the beginning of them, I always marked start date, end date, and then it's like a little memory bank, like a photo album, but
Very cool. So we're at what, 3 out of 2?
I don't know. We're not
Right?
Well, I,
I
guess
think-
actually
I
we
think we're-
are a math major.
something
Sean's
like
a math
that. I don't
major.
know.
I always
I'm
say
killing
that.
this, Doug. I'm killing it. You're killing it, buddy. I'm rooting for you. Go, 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 go.
Nice to have a cheerleader. Speaking of your characters, we mentioned that Twitch and you have collabed to make the voice of the fairy mod mother. I apologize. If you had the chance to have a wish be granted, what would you wish for?
Fairy Mod Mother, I would like to wish that I could keep my focus exactly the same forever. That would be, yeah, because as you grow as a streamer, your focus is in demand because more people, more chats, more alerts, more everything. You have to adapt, and maintaining your focus to be able to do what you do best. That's the hard part, I think. Keeping up with
Awesome.
not getting too distracted.
Are a
yeah.
genius.
Personally,
likes
I
you.
would have said a red yo-yo, but I mean, I guess the focus
red-
works. So.
Mike always wanted a red yo-yo.
I've got a red trumpet.
It's
Nice.
almost the same.
Close, very close.
thing. At least we're all musicians. I mean, Sean
If you
plays
drop
guitar.
it, does it come back up? It's just
We will link, by the way.
worst yo-yo ever.
We'll link to the
Didn't do
Fairy
anything.
Mod Mother for sure, so everyone can check that out on Twitch and check out the work that you've been doing with them. You're like somewhere between 3 and 4 of 4 or 5. I know math is tough for me, but question number 4, I do know because it's right in front of me. Of the categories you gave us, that we gave you, that you gave back to us, we said, hey, which one are you most knowledgeable about? And you said art. So here's your art question. Who created the Spy vs. Spy silent comic strip? Was it Hi Eisman, Aaron Magruder, or Antonio Proheis?
Oh man, I'm terrible at historical facts.
You're not
Well,
like
that's okay.
you're-
That's
you're-
okay. How do you feel about San
well-
Antonio?
Well, but here I'm gonna answer, but I'll tell
okay.
you my process about it.
Okay, gotcha.
So I hear each, ABC basically, or 1, 2, 3, and 1 and 2 are really sticking out to me, but I'm not sure if it's 1 or 2. I'm gonna go with number 1, the first name.
Now you're suggesting Hi Eastman, but I think Mike's kind of got a point. Like, have you
Yeah.
ever traveled to San Antonio?
Antonio? By
And
chance?
unrelated to that, one thing I know for sure is
Wait,
if you
I
create
have.
a comic
Wait, I
like
did-
this,
I
he
did
must
go
be a
to San
real
Antonio.
pro.
Yeah, a pro, not like a low pro, but like a pro high. Like
I know that you're trying to give me a hint, and it doesn't work on me because I am a fool
it's almost like
when it comes to. Hints.
Can we have a GMS quick aside? Tom, just don't listen for.
Yeah.
Mike, what's your favorite number? Is it 1, 2, or 3? I forget which one.
La,
I like-
la, 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 la.
I like-
I'm actually not listening. I can't hear anything.
I do like 3 a lot. It's really good. 3's great.
Oh yeah, that's
I'm
right. I
okay
forgot.
with.
It was
I'm
3
okay with.
Wizard.
I'm okay with getting one wrong. I'm okay.
I mean, we don't use Bob's buzzer very often. I mean, that would kind of fit things on both sides.
Does
so.
it-
Does Bob know
you
what a
bel-
buzzer is?
I
You
know.
might have
Bob,
to blow the dust off of it.
do you know what a buzzer is? Yeah, Bob can do a buzzer. He said. So here I got an
So
idea.
Is
Put Duck
one your
on
final
screen.
answer?
Let Duck answer the question.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Lifeline.
And then that doesn't count. Duck, what do you think?
3.
Hey!
Ding, ding, ding.
What?
Correct.
Duck, you're a genius.
Can you believe, Duck, that Tom thought it was 1? How crazy
wait.
was that?
I gotta do a victory dance. Da 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 da. That was fun.
I think
Okay,
you're like
Duck, you get
17
steal
for
all the
5 or
glory. Gosh.
17
Duck.
I don't know.
This is my interview. Oh, whoops! I didn't mean to make you stay in like that. This is my interview. Why you gotta steal the show?
Jeez,
You're just jealous.
Duck.
Maybe I am.
Question 5.
So for the last question,
Yeah.
we asked you a place you have not traveled that you would love to go, and you said the Southwest Desert.
Yes.
According to the U.S. Geological Survey, the Sonoran Desert receives more rainfall than any other desert, which is approximately how much average inches per year? Is it
Oh, gosh.
less than 8 inches, 8 to 15 inches, or 15 to 25 inches?
The cough one.
The cough one. He said.
The one that the hint fell.
Yes.
The middle one. I don't know.
Oh, so 8 to 15 inches.
Yes.
Judges?
Well, great.
Yes.
Bob's
Yeah,
really
good job.
eager.
Thank you, Bob.
I'm a genius. Duck in your face.
You
You
are a
duck.
genius.
Silly duck. I got you.
6
You
out of
didn't get
5, I think.
You didn't get me.
Bob wants to trick Duck. Actually, Hey, Duck.
Duck, you want?
Bob,
What-
Bob
what's
has
that?
something to tell you.
Huh?
Bob wants to make you feel like you're a
What?
genius. You ready?
That was no, incorrect still.
Oh, Bob, that's vicious.
What?
Poor Duck.
That was not nice, Bob.
I can't handle this. Okay, I'm out of here.
Oh
Duck
my
can't
gosh.
handle it. He can't handle being told he's wrong.
Official
But I can.
score was amazing. I mean, off the charts. It's probably the first 5 questions where I actually don't even remember how many questions we asked. So that was the best part. It just flew by. So
Well,
there you go.
It's funny. I
A+.
relate. I relate with that because when you started to ask me the first couple questions, I was like, "Oh, I don't even remember what I said." Like, so it was like a surprise all over again. I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah, art."
We're like a live version of
art?
a Twitter account. I mean, who remembers what they
Yeah.
said in Twitter like 4 years ago? So
That's not false.
you're great, Tom. Again, thank you, Mike,
Yeah.
for putting us in touch with Tom. If someone wants to find you, watch some of the stuff you're building, what's the best way to do so?
On Twitch, Tom Thinks. Like, here I can write it down. If visuals help more, Tom Thinks, and that is not my name. Just in case people wonder, like, oh, it's Tom Thinks. No, that's just a moniker. But
So don't
Tom
call you like
Thinks-
Mr. Thinks. That wouldn't be a good thing.
Well, the funniest thing I heard a friend of mine's wife who didn't know me, but followed my work online on Instagram, thought my name was Tom T. Hinks.
Mr. Hinks was my father.
Which I
Mr.
was, thought it was hilarious. Like,
That's Tom Hanks' stunt double from
Tom T. Hinks.
from Chiz versus the Volcano.
Oh my gosh. Tom, thanks so much. We appreciate your time
Yeah.
joining us on GMS this morning. It was a
Yeah.
lot of fun.
It was super fun. Thanks for
Thank
having
you,
me.
Tom.
Thanks
Yeah.
for coming.
All right. Bye, everybody. Bye, Duck. Bye. I'm
Bye,
better
Duck.
now.
Quack quack.
Bye. Quack.
Bye.